Hi guys, this is your Ardra, motivational speaker and life coach. So, the nakshatra that we're covering today is the nakshatra of Ardra. Okay, what are nakshatras? In case you're new to this series, nakshatras are the lunar mansions, 27 lunar mansions, or the stars that have a lot of significance in Vedic astrology. Stars refer to some finer characteristics of days, people, personalities, events, and help us analyze a lot of important things. Okay, so in a way, this is what separates Vedic astrology from all the other sort of astrological studies that are out there, because we have a lot of emphasis on these 27 stars, which correspond to 27 deities, which have their references in the Vedas. And there's a whole universe, to be honest, that corresponds to each one of them with respect to the mantras, the nature, their significations, etc., etc., etc. And that's what we're talking about. So, we covered first the nakshatra of Rohini, then we covered the nakshatra of Mrigashira. Today we're covering the nakshatra of Ardra. We're actually following the moon through each nakshatra that is passing through. Okay, and we're going to keep doing it as many times as we can and keep going deeper and deeper. In between, it is possible that I miss one or two nakshatras here and there, but I will always make the video that corresponds to the day of that nakshatra to tune in the best with that energy. Okay, so Ardra is the nakshatra that corresponds, or that is symbolized by the teardrop. This is a very frustrating nakshatra. It's a very difficult nakshatra to deal with. This nakshatra actually talks about a lot of frustration. What is the story behind this nakshatra? So, when Brahma created the universe, and he also created these beings that he commanded to go and populate the universe. And they said that we don't have any interest in doing so, because we're completely sattvic in our nature. We don't want to reproduce. So, Brahma, obviously, he got pretty frustrated. He said, I went through all of this trouble to create the universe, and I created you guys, and you're supposed to go and populate the universe, and this is what you're doing. You just dissing me. You're saying that you were going to do it. And so he got so angry, that from his brow there came through an energy which was howling, and I think it'd be safe to say that it was incomplete. It was brought through, so it's brought forth by the sheer frustration and anger of Brahma at not being able to create what he wanted to create. And so this howling, angry energy is the energy of Rudra. So in time, Rudra settled down, became calmer and gentler, and today we know him as Shiva. The epitome of peace, tranquility, and everything. But in the beginning, this is how he came about. And so this energy of Rudra was one which was wandering for quite a lot of time, trying to find peace. And there was a lot of suffering even in this energy, because it was born through frustration. So a lot of suffering even in this energy, probably being plucked before it was ripe. And so through all of the sadness and all of the difficulties and all of the frustration, finally it settled down, and it was able to transform into the duality that we know today as Shiva and Shakti. Okay, so Ardra is a nakshatra that is ruled by the north node of the moon, Rahu, and it quite literally represents thunderstorms. So if you look at when sun is in the nakshatra of Ardra, that is actually around about the time in India that we have the monsoon season going on. Okay, and what this actually represents, what are the significations of this nakshatra in general, is that it has a lot of destructive energy. But now here's what you need to understand: destructive energy can be used for the good and it can be used for the bad. With this nakshatra, there is a lot of destructive energy which emanates from a lot of frustration of things not being the way that you want them to be, of you not being able to do what you want to do, express yourself the way you want to express. Okay, and so this nakshatra can represent all the bad things, to be honest. It can represent violence, it can represent being an ascetic, it can represent drug abuse, it can represent toxic substances, thunderstorms, destruction, strife. And on the other hand, it can also represent utilizing all of these abilities, these negative energies, to do good. For example, destruction, the power of destruction can also be used to destroy your obstacles, to destroy your enemies, to destroy those who do bad. Okay? Toxic substances, the knowledge of these can also be used to heal. Okay? And in the same way, movement and aimlessness, this can also be used to discover a new sense of who you are, to reinvent yourself, to create yourself into something different. Okay, so there is a lot of energy of death, rebirth, creation and destruction in this energy of Ardra, and depending on which planet is placed in this nakshatra, you will be able to understand to a huge degree what is the area of life where you're probably going to feel a lot of frustration towards. Okay, so if let's say Ardra is in your ascendant, well, at least till the age of 31, 32, you're going to go through a lot of this energy of frustration with respect to what you want to do and not being able to do that. After that, it gets better. About 31, as soon as you tip over 30, 31, it begins to get better. Okay. Now, let's say you have your moon in Ardra. Your mind is going to be very unstable in the early part of your life. You're probably going to, encounter a lot of mental health issues, identity issues, pain, frustration, chaos. And so calming your mind is something which will come with time. And if you have any important placement in this nakshatra, or if you have your moon in this nakshatra especially, you should definitely wear a Rudraksha rosary. You can wear a Panchmukhi Rudraksha rosary, which anybody can wear. It's a very general purpose Rudraksha rosary. You don't have to look it up, or need a specialized, study for it. Anybody can wear it. That will help you channel a lot of these energies in a positive fashion. Coming back, let's say you have Mars in Ardra. Wow, this shows that you can have an amazingly destructive anger. And a lot of this anger emanates from issues that could have a lot to do with sexuality, misplaced focus, a lack of you being able to apply your power in the right places. Okay, let's say you have your sun in Ardra. Well, if you have a sun in Ardra, then we can say that you get your sense of confidence, you get your sense of ego and self-knowledge through reinventing yourself, through anger. There are some people, they are a lot more in touch with their deepest self when they tap into the energy of anger. Because as I said, anger can be something good. Anger can be something that you can utilize to do good in the world. Okay? Let's say you have Venus in Ardra. This is how you're going to express art, love, not through destruction, but in extreme ways. Okay? And also, if you have these planets in this nakshatra, it shows that these qualities are going to be shaped through a lot of, through a lot of destruction, through a lot of death, rebirth, cycles, through a lot of struggle. For example, let's say you have Sun in Ardra. Shows that your true confidence is going to be built only after you have gone through many cycles of death and rebirth, destruction and creation. If you have Mercury here, it shows that your intellect is going to be formed. The true power, the true force of your intellect, capability of your intellect is only going to be unlocked after you've gone through, after it has gone through many cycles of death and rebirth, destruction. It also shows a mind which is very aggressive, very sharp, and you can think on your feet. And it's through these circumstances and situations and events where your mind is put into situations where you have to quickly think on your feet, is that your mind is going to be shaped. So Ardra also represents forests, because Rudra used to travel through the forests, So that is also one of the symbolisms of this nakshatra. Now, long story short, this is a very powerful nakshatra, but it takes a while for any person who has prominent placements in this nakshatra, or if you start something on the day of this nakshatra, ideally, gentle things should not be started on this day. If you're looking to attack on somebody, probably a good day. If you're looking to do something which is destructive in nature, for example, restarting something, or completely starting a new project or something like that, it's great for that, for this purpose, for this day. Otherwise, if let's say by chance you started something on this day, or by chance it is that some important event or something coincides with this nakshatra, then the best way is to tune into the energy of Shiva. Tune into the energy of sacred anger. Sacred anger is how I would describe what this nakshatra is. Okay? And with that, the video for Ardra nakshatra is complete. I'll be back tomorrow with another nakshatra. Thank you so much for watching. If you enjoyed this video, please give me a thumbs up. Push the bell icon so that you can be notified every single time I post. Subscribe to this channel so that you can stay abreast of all the wonderful content I post. And if you would like to take a personal reading with me, you can check out the links here in the description. You can also check out my Facebook page, my core articles. It's all given here in the description box. Thank you so much. Take care.